We're about to send cars at over 70 miles an hour sideways door to door in the first battle. Well, it's a cracker. James Deane, the current pound for pound best in the world, current Formula Drift champion, 5-time European champion, 5-time Irish champion, Guinness Book of World Records holder, goes up against the new kid on the block, Enver Haskasap. Well, he's been training night and day for 6 months to come back as strong as he can, and right now he looks like he could be in serious contention. Yeah,
listen, for me, I'm going to put this out there. James Deane doesn't look in the best condition, and Enver Haskasap looks like he is hungry. James Deane right now, as you can see, warming up the tyres on the back end of that Falcon tyre Worthhouse S14. And Enver Haskasap, for me, it looks like he could take James Deane down. If James Deane puts 1 foot wrong, Enver Haskasap is going to be there to make sure that he puts the nail in the coffin. So,
well, I mean, for Enver Haskasap, what a moment. It's like stepping into the ring with Floyd Mayweather here and saying, nobody knows who I am. If I take one lucky punch here, everybody in the whole drift world is going to know who I am at the end of the next 3 minutes. Well, that's worth taking a chance on. That's worth pushing harder than you've ever had before. Look at him warming himself up in the car. Thumbs up to James Deane. James Deane will lead in the first battle. Then we'll switch him around after the first. And we're about to show you how crazy this track is. Through the gears they go, up to 4th gear, 70 mile an hour, and throwing it in sideways. James Deane to lead in Enver Haskasap.
Yes, Haskasap fires it in on the door. Oh, big contact. Enver Haskasap.
Oh, gets in the wall.
Haskasap takes it to the wall, almost pushes James Deane into the wall with him, as James Deane, the machine, Mr. Flawless, takes it all the way around and across the line.
Well, you know what? We said it, Ian. We said it. You got to push. Really damaged. He is not going to make it through to the next stage of the competition, and we will make it official from our judges, which will, I'm sure, slide it all left, or sorry, right for James Deane, rather. James Deane, the current Formula Drift champion, 5-time European champion. Adam Zalewski, he goes up against the Eastern European champion, Janis Iglite, in the Tri-Ace Tires BMW. Both of these guys running mega horsepower. Zalewski running up to 800 horsepower. Iglite with 800 horsepower, 1,600 horsepower on the line. And they're ready to shred tires and go close. And I think everybody here in attendance is starting to feel a little nervous about these guys now. Yeah, listen, these guys are pushing hard, and we said they were going to go hard and fast, and here they come off the line. It will be Iglite to lead in Zalewski, and Zalewski's on the back bumper of Iglite's E46, and look at this. The champs, the heavyweight champs of Europe, going door to door as they push each other around this fast-flowing circuit. They start to get in the tight section now as Iglite stands on it. But Zalewski not putting the... Oh! Zalewski goes to the door across the line, and that was an epic. Yeah, you don't want to know.
He was there. He was right there.
So now Janis Iglite, the Eastern European champion, is going to be asked a question. Well, can you take down this 18-year-old hotshot from Poland? Well, the question has to be answered in about 8 seconds' time as Iglite powers through the gears and equally fires it in behind Zalewski. But brushes very wide. Iglite on a very wide line here as they transition and not getting that proximity.
No, not getting that proximity, but Iglite stands on the accelerator now, starts to gain some distance on the door of the 18-year-old E30, but you know what, for me, Zalewski looking strong as they come over the line.
Incredible run from both drivers and make it to the top 8. Will it go left for Adam Zalewski from Poland? Will it go right for Janis Iglite? And it will go left for Adam Zalewski. Gets the win. Adam Zalewski gets practice yesterday, looking like he wanted the podium. Yeah. He still looks like he wants the podium. Borkowski had a mechanical failure at the last round. He was looking so strong for round 1 in Poland, and a drive shaft failure cost him in the warm-up. So here we go. Borkowski to lead out Cirba. Here we go as they come through the gears into that first corner, and a faint entry from Borkowski. Wow. Cirba coming in pretty late here. He's got work to do.
Yeah, Cirba left it a little bit late. Almost took the back bumper off of Pawel's car there now as they transition into the outer zone. Benediktas not looking strong. He's fallen way offline. And Pawel Borkowski looks unstoppable in that lead position. So much pace that Benediktas Cirba just couldn't keep up.
Pulled himself back in the past. Now he's got to be clever. He's got the advantage, but will he still hold it at the end of this run? Cirba will be in the lead position. He hasn't put a foot wrong very, very rarely in this whole competition. This one is going to go down to the wire. Yeah, this is going to go to the wire for sure as Benediktas Cirba now comes off the line to lead in Pawel Borkowski, as Borkowski doesn't give Cirba an inch. Look at this, Pawel Borkowski's got the pace. Unbelievable transition from Borkowski. Almost made contact with the E46 of Cirba as they come through the inner clip. But look at Borkowski, he's right there behind Cirba, and a late transition at over 65 miles an hour keeps him in the game as Cirba runs a very shallow line across that last section. Borkowski super aggressive. Let's drop him in. Benediktas Cirba or Pawel Borkowski, who's going to go through, and there you have it. The winner, Pawel Borkowski, gets the win and goes through to the top 8, goes through the top 8. Incredible stuff from him. Quickly over to our judges to talk us through it.
Be taken down Steve Bagsy Biagioni in top 32. Kujetan Rutyna, though, now might be in his element. A little bit of rain on the circuit making it ever so slippery. This guy's struggling with power.
It's going to get slippy fast here. The conditions are going to get very treacherous. We can see some incidents here as the lights shine bright for Kujetan Rutyna. Look how slippy it is, Ian. No, Kujetan's going in heavy. Hypki goes in even heavier. It all fell apart on initiation there. All that rubber laid down in those top 32 and top 16 battles. Now these guys are on an ice rink.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is not going to be an easy one for the judges to judge in this first half of the battle. As you can hear, Kujetan Rutyna just tickling the accelerator of that V8 Mercedes.
I mean, it didn't even look like it rained there, and all of a sudden the track is completely wet. What happened?
Kujetan Rutyna, he managed to pull off a run.
You can see that Rutyna had signaled to Hypki saying, what do we do now?
What do we do?
What do we do? There's no grip, there's nothing out there. He's saying that it's impossible to drive. Both these guys are throwing their pride and joys into the first corner with no confidence at over 65 miles an hour. Anything can happen here now.
Yeah, look at this though. But Grzegorz Hypki looks like he's found some grip as Kujetan Rutyna now starts to put it on the door of the LSX E30. Grzegorz Hypki stands on the accelerator.
Oh, contact!
Rutyna pushing. Grzegorz Hypki, and
Rutyna
shuts it down.
I'm not sure what is going on in this battle after some sensational door-to-door encounters. Now the drama ramps up. The top 8. What a crazy battle. Someone's going to walk away with it. Who's it going to be? Slide him left for Hypki, right for Rutyna. It is Grzegorz Hypki that goes through to the top 8. Impressive stuff. But guys, I got to talk through the judges. It is just knife edge because you can see the rain starting to fall on the windscreen of those cars now. They have no grip on the start line. So we've heard from the pits that it was actually the Red Bull Driftbrothers Hountondji team that actually helped to get Conor Shanahan's car out onto the grid. That's what it's all about here at Drift Masters. And here we go, Conor Shanahan to lead in Eli Hountondji.
Hountondji not giving Shanahan an inch, but Shanahan's car, big problems with Shanahan's car, fires it in.
Shanahan's got a problem. Shanahan has a big problem. Eli Hountondji lays back here. Shanahan cannot get around this circuit.
No, Shanahan can't get around the circuit at all, Dave. Like you say, as Eli Hountondji does everything he can to try and put in some sort of chaseable run behind. But
he had to stay back, Ian. He had to stay back. There was an unpredictable run ahead of him from Conor Shanahan.
Shanahan right now is hanging in the balance. Can he make it through? One more run to go.
I think it's a push too far. With a car that's not working correctly, Eli Hountondji here has just got to put in a run. Conor Shanahan's on a massive disadvantage. Let's see what happens as they throw it in. Conor's going to give it a go, though.
He's going to give it a go, and he does. He tries to send it on the door of Eli Hountondji's BMW. As Conor Shanahan now, look at this, starts to make an attack. Oh, no, and he over-rotates.
It's a spin for Conor Shanahan as the rain starts to fall a little bit heavier here in Hungary. And Eli Hountondji, after trying to help Conor Shanahan to get back out on track, unfortunately could not get that car repaired in time. And our current championship leader will, I would imagine, leave the competition. You know what, when I say eliminated, not probably his own fault, but
no.
Eli Hountondji's got the job done and marched through to the top 8, and there you have it. It is Eli Hountondji moving on. The German Red Bull drifter moves on to the top 8, and we've got a stacked top 8, and Conor Shanahan will
take on the 4 series fronted of Juha Pöytälaakso.
It's going to be Finland versus Lithuania as they come off the line in damp to wet conditions here. Unpredictable. These guys haven't had a run in these conditions, and already there's some fireworks.
Yeah, already Juha Pöytälaakso nearly took the back end of a Vasiliauskas car. Vasiliauskas, though, look at that transition. Unbelievable car control from Andreas Vasiliauskas tagging the wall.
And he looks like he's gone. And Vasiliauskas spins out in front of Juha Pöytälaakso. And Juha, I'm thinking he's counted as lucky stars there, Ian, because once it unsettled him, it took Vasiliauskas tagged the wall, it took him offline, he went onto the marbles, and there was marbles of tires, obviously, that had been laid down by all the other cars in the dry, and there's no grip there whatsoever. You know, I was just having a quick look out of our commentary tower here. It looks like this will be a shower. This is going to be a bit of rain, and I think after that it's going to dry up again. So we are not going to have a consistent surface here until the final. It's going to be wet right now. It'll probably dry as it goes along. It dries very quickly here with the bank surface and the heat that's in the air and the humidity that's here. But we got to get get these guys back out there again. 10-0 advantage, I would imagine, to Juha Pöytälaakso on the first run, but now Vasiliauskas is still coming in hot.
Yeah, he's coming in very, very hot, Dave. He needs to force an error on Juha Pöytälaakso right now. And look at this from Andreas Vasiliauskas, sorry. Sticks the car on the back bumper, but look at the rain beating down on the circuit here in Hungary. And Juha Pöytälaakso just about holds it on these cars, crawling around the circuit. Now the speed cut in half. Oh, as Vasiliauskas almost takes the back end of the car, pushing Juha Pöytälaakso across the finish line.
There's not much more he could have done. Not much more he could have done to try and turn that back around. And tire pressures to down as low as 6-7 PSI to try and get that huge surface patch. But right now we got a decision on the board. Is it going to be the obvious one? It is indeed. Juha Pöytälaakso gets the win and goes through to the top 8. And the Finnish driver goes through to the top 8. Impressive stuff from him.
Top 8. Before we can move any further forward, so we have got Pawel Korpulinski and Ivo Cirulis on the line, ready to go.
What's going to happen here, Ian? The conditions are treacherous. These guys are going to be having to demand so much talent all in a short space of time. Korpulinski to lead in Cirulis into the first corner. Look at this initiation. Korpulinski coming in hot though. Will they be able to keep it out of the wall? Will be able to keep it on the track? And look at this, Cirulis going for the attack from the off in these conditions.
Yeah, Cirulis not holding back. He knows that even in challenging weather conditions, he's got to have the proximity. He's got to push it door on door. And look at this. Cirulis now starts to make the dive as Korpulinski's car doesn't have the pace in these weather conditions. You know what? None of these cars have got the pace in these weather conditions. This is very challenging for our European drivers as they come across the line.
Well, we said they'd see it all before this year was out, and right now they've definitely seen it all today.
The grip you needed and the confidence that you'd had all weekend. Now you're going into the unknown. We walked on this circuit yesterday afternoon, Dave, when it had lightly showered and we nearly slipped over on the bank. It was that slippery.
We were like a newborn deer. We were slipping around on the bank, and these guys are doing it with cars with over 700 horsepower. Cirulis now will lead in Korpulinski into that first corner. And look at Cirulis barely holding angle there, Ian. It's sketchy.
Yeah, Cirulis nearly over-rotates. And look at Korpulinski. Korpulinski forcing some pressure right now on Ivo Cirulis' E46 as they transition back into this second outer zone. Korpulinski now starts to gain some proximity, and Ivo Cirulis washes way offline. Cirulis not looking so confident now as he feels the pressure. Cars transition into the final outer zone.
I can't believe they're even holding it together out there, Ian, in these conditions.
Oh,
Cirulis
they nearly won.
I think that might have been after the finish.
And we are going to get the decision from our judges. Those guys heading straight off circuit, so maybe some issues with those cars. Who's going to take it? Slide them left for Ivo Cirulis, right for Pawel Korpulinski. And
Korpulinski gets the win and goes through to the top 8 in the roughest way possible. We're going to talk to our judges, guys. Conditions obviously treacherous out there.
They have to remain the same. We're still going to be looking at the qualifying line for the lead driver, and we're still looking for the chase driver to be stuck in their door, which is exactly what Pawel did. Far more proximity than Ivo had, even though both drivers did maintain that qualifying line. So Pawel getting the win overall.
So off the line, the final battle in top 16, Dave. Jack Shanahan to lead out Bartosz, Stolarski.
And Bartosz tonight, look at it. Oh, Shanahan has a big error on initiation. Shanahan's in trouble here.
Yeah, Shanahan, big wobble on initiation, but one thing to be noted, Jack Shanahan has no windscreen wipers. Jack Shanahan,
I've just noticed that he has absolutely no way of seeing out of that car.
How is Jack Shanahan seeing right now? No windscreen wipers from Jack Shanahan. Apparently a problem with the wiper motor, but he said, I'll go out there anyway. I need to get into top 8. And Shanahan, you know what? Apart from that wobble, looking good, but Stolarski on the back bumper as they transition onto the wall and take it over the line.
You know what, with Jack Shanahan?
One more run. They get the thumbs up. They look for the green light, and they are go off the line. It is Stolarski to lead in Shanahan.
Shanahan's going for this. You can see he's taking off much further ahead of Stolarski. He knows he's had a disadvantage from the first. With no window wipers and no front brakes, he's got to go in. Look at Stolarski, though, struggling on that outside line. Goes very wide to the wall, so does Shanahan.
Yeah, Shanahan right with Stolarski, though. Now Shanahan feels in his comfort zone as he fires the car. Oh, and a big mistake from Shanahan. Transitions miles too early to try and get on the door of Stolarski's S14. And ends up way down the track. A little wobble there from Stolarski, but Shanahan with a huge error and starts to lose ground now as Stolarski accelerates away.
I mean, it's anyone's game out there right now. You throw the dice and see what happens. Let's see which way it goes. It's for a spot in the top 8, last spot in the top 8. Slide him left for Stolarski, right for Shanahan. And Bartosz Stolarski gets the win and goes through to the top 8. Championship points in the bag. And Jack Shanahan, high intense, high risk, high reward battles. And both of these guys, I know the other guy's not going to lie down. I think we're going to see as competitive as if it was bone dry here, but a lot more risk.
Yeah, and they're off the line. for the first half of the battle. It is James Deane to lead in Adam Zalewski for a spot in the top 4. And look at Zalewski right on the back bumper of the 2017 Formula D champion now.
Zalewski's going for this in. He's staying with James Deane here. Look at the transition from Zalewski in the wet. Can he hold it? It's going to be an impact.
Wow.
Tags the back of Deane's car. Deane hits the wall. Oh, and Zalewski and Deane stay in it. Wow.
Yeah, look at this. James Deane, the master, absolutely keeps in it. Zalewski now starts to bring back the fight again.
Oh,
and
contact
Zalewski
again, and Zalewski makes contact again with James Deane, and again with James Deane.
Wow.
James Deane gets bumped around the line.
On the door. He's an absolutely brilliant chase driver. He's going to have felt that aggression from Zalewski, and he's going to want to repay the favour, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see James Deane now absolutely paint tyre marks on the side of that Zestino tyres BMW 30. They're off the line. It's Deane to chase down Adam Zalewski for a place in the top 4.
Oh, look at James Deane throwing it in on the door, right to Adam Zalewski's left-hand side, and Deane now tries to be a little bit more cautious, but the transition is sensational.
Yeah.
Because Zalewski's almost washing up to the edge of the course, and look at James Deane starting to reel in the 2017 Drift Masters champion and stay in the fight as they come out, but Zalewski getting a bit of a run of James Deane, almost goes to the wall. James Deane makes a big error in the chase position, hangs it out too long, and Zalewski goes up and gone. What is happening right now? Deane or Adam Zalewski, slide him left for Zalewski, slide him right for James Deane. Who is going to get the win? And there you have it. It is James Deane getting the win and going through to the final 4. Back to you guys in the tower. Talk us through its mistake.
Yeah, listen, for me, Grzegorz Hypki had the pace, the car. He was the fastest guy around here this weekend. Right now, that doesn't matter. That pace really isn't out there anymore with these track conditions as they are. But we know Pawel Borkowski beat James Deane in wet conditions, so what's he got as they come off the line?
I think this is going to be a real heavyweight encounter. They're going to have to risk it here. Look at Borkowski's on full throttle, full attack. Can he hold it?
Yeah, he can. He sends it in, and there's big separation though. But look at Hypki as he starts to dial it in now and get on the back bumper. Oh, almost makes contact with the back end of Borkowski's car. Grzegorz Hypki hunting down the side of that Quantum S14.
And look at this, equal pace, equal angle, perfect line from both drivers. Hypki almost in the wall there as he now dives onto the door of Borkowski and almost makes contact. It is getting hot and heavy out there, Ian, in very cold conditions.
Place finisher in the 2017 Drift Masters European Championship.
There you go, Ian.
There you go.
Simple
there
as
you
that.
go, Dave. It's cold. And
Grzegorz Hypki now in the lead position. Borkowski in the chase, and Borkowski's getting left for dead here. Something's happened, Borkowski.
Yeah, this is not the usual Borkowski as he
But
fires.
Hypki's very wide.
Very, very wide indeed. He fires it in. He manages to hold on to it. Borkowski now starts to make a dive. Big straighten though as he now gains proximity. But
what's happening here? Borkowski's on the completely wrong line. He almost overtook Hypki.
Yeah, Borkowski way offline. Nearly hits the centre of the track there as Hypki pedals his way through.
What a transition by Pawel Borkowski as he stays in this. Hypki straightens and a crash after the finish. Here at Trackwood, slide him left for Grzegorz Hypki, slide him right for Pawel Borkowski. Who's going to face James Deane in the top 4? It will be Grzegorz Hypki getting the win and going through to our final 4. Bring it back to the judges quick. Lost.
Yep.
I don't know, risk reward, that's what it's all about in drifting. That's what we love about this sport. It's so risk reward based, and the slightest error and you're out. That's what makes you can't take your eyes off it.
No, you can't.
Because in another race, you can make a mess up in a motor race and then say 20 laps to get yourself back into it.
Yeah.
But these guys, one even steering error, and you're out of the competition. And look at this, look at the concentration on Eli Hountondji's face in the Red Bull Drift Brothers car as he now takes on Juha Pöytälaakso, the Finnish and last year's European Drift GP champion. Lot on the line here.
Yeah, look at this, Eli Hountondji staying nice and close to Juha Pöytälaakso. Pöytälaakso fires that car in. And these guys balancing these cars on the edge of control right now as Pöytälaakso fires into outer zone. Eli Hountondji doesn't look like he has the pace for Pöytälaakso. Can he start to reel him in now on this slower part of the section? You can see now both cars struggling for grip as Eli Hountondji needs to make one final dive but just can't get on the door as Pöytälaakso takes them both across the line.
You got to
Haskasap and Daniel Savek, and with a wrote-off car ready to go to round 3. Well, they're on the line. Looks like Pöytälaakso is going to risk it all right now as Hountondji gives the start line marshal the thumbs up. They're off the line. It is Hountondji to lead in Pöytälaakso.
Anything can happen now.
So big, nice, fast transition there for Hountondji as Pöytälaakso stays away from him, trying to avoid that spray now as they transition back. Pöytälaakso, big straight from Pöytälaakso, big handbrake drag to try and get that car back sideways again. Hountondji looking good, but look at this from Pöytälaakso now. He starts to stick it on the door, almost an over rotation. He keeps the car going, but Hountondji powers away and starts to make a mark in the scoreboard against Juha Pöytälaakso.
I don't know, Ian, that's very close.
Very close.
Pöytälaakso, yeah.
So, and we'll wait for the decision to come in. Judges still holding back on this one, waiting for it to slide. And there you go, Juha Pöytälaakso, ladies and gentlemen, gets the win and goes through to the top 4, taking out Hountondji. Judges, a very difficult one again there for you guys.
200 of it in these conditions, but that is what makes it interesting. It's not about horsepower and grip right now, it's about driver ability and keeping it together.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, it's who's got the cooler head, who's got the most experience in the rain, and who can hold it together, like you say, Dave, as they come off the line. Look at it, starting to get dark right now here in Hungary as Korpulinski looks very confident, but the big dive on initiation from Stolarski now. Stolarski starting to force some pressure on Korpulinski's BMW as they transition back into the outer zone. Korpulinski falling way offline.
Yeah, Korpulinski on a very shallow line. Stolarski has to check up to try and stay in the fight. They're doing a good job here, but look at Korpulinski's in the middle of the track here, Ian, and Stolarski forced to the exterior of the track. That's going to count for the judging decisions later on. I mean, it's a little bit, you know, half dozen of ones. This is where it gets sketchy for me because he knows he's got to push and the conditions aren't right for that. So he's got to risk, and that risk can end up crashing, making contact in the wall, can end up with any sort of a spin. I mean, this is, I would not like to be behind the wheel at any point of this run. Just seems so knife edge. Everyone is just risking it now to try and get on that podium.
But look at Stolarski though, as he fires that car in. He's not scared of the wet weather conditions. Stolarski stands on the accelerator and starts to pull away, but Korpulinski now starts to find some pace. Oh, and an error again from Korpulinski as Stolarski gets into the outer zone, washes way offline. Yeah, washes way offline, finds a third outer zone. Korpulinski giving him some room to manoeuvre as they come into the final outer zone. Stolarski way offline again. This is a scrappy battle.
Scrappy battle, Ian, you said it perfectly.
The final place in the top 4, will it be Stolarski, will it be Korpulinski? Well, Kieran, Kevin and David.
It's up to those guys, and who is going to take it through? We await the decision. Stolarski and Korpulinski. Who's going to take, as you said, that final top 4 position? Judges await the scores to drop in, and there you have it. Bartosz Stolarski gets the win and goes through to our final 4. Back to you guys. Talk us through it.
For a spot in the final fight.
Yeah, you can see our GoPro is being turned on the start line, and I want to watch some of these runs back from the top of these cars.
Yeah.
It looks very sketchy out there. Also getting pretty dark around the arena. Now visibility an issue.
Yeah, exactly. Like you say, visibility an issue. Rain's now beaten down on the circuit once again, but they're off the line. They're not scared to go as we wait.
Look at those conditions. How are these guys holding it together? Deane throws in. Look at Hypki though. Massive dive from Grzegorz Hypki, wow. As he now starts to turn the screw and put it to the current Formula Drift champion. Hypki dives again. He's almost out of control in the chase, but he's right there with James Deane as James Deane braces that outer zone wall. As Hypki now tries to get some sort of traction out of that corner. Both drivers struggling to get out of the corner. And Hypki now back on the dive again, almost makes contact with the inner wall there and stays with James Deane, and he is right there across the line. Phenomenal chase driving, phenomenal lead driving, and whatever about conditions and not punched in this top 32. Anything can happen from this point on, and Hypki's now in the lead. James Deane being asked the question, are you as good as they say you are? Well, right now you're going to have to prove it.
Yeah, right now you need to prove it, James Deane, as they come off the line. Grzegorz Hypki absolutely screaming, and look at the separation.
Wow, Hypki's got in. He's got in brave. He can't hold this. He will not hold that pace, will he? He will hold that pace.
Grzegorz Hypki stands on the accelerator again, and you can see James Deane pedaling his car to try and catch up with the Polishman as Grzegorz Hypki starts to walk away with this battle, Dave.
And James is back in it now, but is it too little, too late? He's got to make a crazy transition, and he does! James Deane, pinpoint accurate, and that is the way to finish the run. Incredible. They do not know which way this is going to go. Slide him left for Hypki, slide him right for James Deane. It's for a spot in the final. Who's going to take it? I'm nervous right now. Which way is it going to go? And look at this! Grzegorz Hypki gets the win! Grzegorz Hypki. Can Bartosz Stolarski make it an all-Polish final to replace the all-Irish final at round 1? Well, it's about to go down, but there's one man who definitely doesn't want to see that happen. It's Juha Pöytälaakso.
Yeah, but Juha Pöytälaakso off the line. You can see no traction whatsoever for Pöytälaakso as they try and gain some traction to get away. Stolarski now hunting down the back of Pöytälaakso's car, but Pöytälaakso, big aggressive flicking as he sends that car in. Has Stolarski got it?
Nice run for Pöytälaakso. Gone very wide here. Pöytälaakso getting hold of it. He can. Just about. Is he going to spin out? No, he keeps it in the game. And look at Stolarski coming for it. They both want that spot in the final against Grzegorz Hypki, and Stolarski's got to make it. Look at the transitions. Wow. They're risking everything here, Ian, to get into that final as the dusk settles here in Hungary with the rain everywhere. It's just carnage and chaos and drama. Tires are under pressure. The track is treacherous. That's when a true champion rises. That's when a true competitor says, in these conditions, if I can get it done, I can get it done anywhere. Well, now the question is being asked of Juha Pöytälaakso. Has he got what it takes to be the best? Well, we're about to find out.
Yeah, Stolarski fires it in. Pöytälaakso now needs to repay the favour. Oh, he fires it in very, very hard. Dials on some big angle. Does Pöytälaakso, but Stolarski looks very controlled. Oh, what a big error.
Look at this.
Stolarski.
Pöytälaakso almost got the front of the car completely chopped off, but he got away with it. Look at this, onto the door of Stolarski. Little bit of contact as he pushes the Polish driver. He almost hits the wall. Again, Juha Pöytälaakso. The risks these guys are taking.
Wow. It's Grzegorz Hypki.
Slide him left for Stolarski, slide him right for Juha Pöytälaakso, who is going to the final. At round 2 of the Driftmasters European Championship, it's Juha Pöytälaakso getting the win and going through. Incredible. Incredible. We have a Polish driver and a Finnish driver. The radio off. Do what you want to do. It's James Deane. What am I going to say?
I mean, what do you tell him? At the end of the day, the only thing you can tell him is that you need to push 100%, like you say, because Bartosz is going to come with 110%. Stolarski now to lead, to chase down, James Deane for a spot on the podium. Who's going to take the third step on the podium? Will it be the machine, James Deane, or be Stolarski? Stolarski bringing the fight to the 2017 champ right now as he pushes him to the outer zone. Stolarski transitions before James Deane. Wow,
Stolarski's coming for Deane and he wants that trophy, and he's right there with James Deane. He's got the pace for him. Can he hold it, James Deane?
Oh, Stolarski, big error. Big error from Stolarski. Almost shuts it down as James Deane now drives away and looks like he has this one in the bag right now.
As I said, I was just about to say James Deane. I'm not sure I'm making a similar error in the lead.
But, well, listen, we're about to find out who's got it in them. It's a red light, an amber light, and a green. It's go day for the...
Here we go. These two guys. Who's going to take home that third place trophy on the podium? Will it be James Deane? Will it be Bartosz Stolarski? They're both going over, and look at James Deane almost making contact on initiation as he now pins it to the door of Bartosz Stolarski. He knows this may be their last run of the day. It's time to put it on the line. Look at the transition.
Wow. Look at James Deane now.
Stolarski's gone. No, he holds it just about. Will he hit the wall? Just about tags it. It is on the edge stuff here, Ian, as they both try their very best to stay on this greasy surface. And James Deane loses a little bit of ground towards the end of the run, not having the same proximity. I don't even know which way this one's going to go. The podium, will it be James Deane? Will it be Bartosz Stolarski? Ireland versus Poland. Who's going to take it home? Kieran goes, oh, it's a one more time. Could we see any more drama tonight if we even tried, as it gets darker and darker here in Hungary? We got to try. James Deane, going to be the story of this year.
It just doesn't seem that James Deane can beat Stolarski.
I think right now, Ian, I mean, they've both done exceptional jobs.
Yeah.
Now they're being asked to do more. You can tell the crowd in attendance here are saying, we're probably going to see a crash, because they're going to go insane into that first corner. James Deane to lead out Bartosz Stolarski. So one more time, we will have a decision at the end of these two runs. And look at Stolarski going for it.
Yeah, but look at Deane. He's carrying some serious pace, and Stolarski can't keep with it this time. He understeers massively. Deane throws on big angles. Stolarski again transitions before James Deane as they start to push to the outer zone. Deane in that zone, absolutely perfect. Carries that big angle again, and Stolarski does the same thing again. This is where Deane pulled away last time. Now, can Stolarski stay with him as he...
Oh, what a transition!
Almost contact from Stolarski and Deane as they push door on door across the line. Stolarski bringing the fight this time.
That's a better run from Stolarski. Yeah.
Or let him think about making a move away. James Deane last time didn't have the pace to keep up with him. Can James Deane do it? Can James Deane take the third step on the podium? Right now he doesn't look too strong.
They come off the line. Exceptional. He's got to be phenomenal. He's got to be the fastest and most aggressive he's been all day. He's also got to stand up to that challenge of being the current best in the world. And look at James Deane.
Oh,
wow.
Look at this from Deane. He's door to door. And Stolarski's on a real good line this time. No errors.
Oh, Deane hits the inside clip.
Yeah, Deane hits the inside clip and gets back into it, gets proximity again. He's a much closer proximity this time than what Stolarski is. He's not letting Stolarski get away this time, Dave. As they transition on the wall, Stolarski now starts to make that pull. This is where Stolarski drives away and comes across the line with a big separation.
Oh, interesting stuff again. Who is going to take it home? Slide him left for Stolarski, slide him right for James Deane. Who's going to take that trophy? It's going to be James Deane taking the win. James Deane gets the win and gets third place on the podium. Awesome. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed the coverage. We apologize, of course, for the world because it just had a thunderstorm. There's not much we could do about it, but we try to keep spirits high, and these guys have been sensational. It's the last battle of the evening. Pöytälaakso to lead in Hypki, and this is for the top step on the podium.
Wow,
Pöytälaakso coming in. Hypki in on the door.
Hypki on the door, Dave. That is right. Look at this from Grzegorz, Hypki, Pöytälaakso on a perfect line. But Grzegorz, Hypki absolutely all over the side of the Finnish driver as they come into that outer zone now. Hypki giving Pöytälaakso some room and starts to make the dive again.
And look at Hypki as he starts to shoot it back in, and what a transition. But oh, and flames firing and fireworks firing across the line. As I got a massive fright because the fireworks came off beside me.
They look for a green light. Could this be the final run of the day?
And what a day it's been, Ian. An emotional roller coaster as always at Driftmasters European Championship, but this is what it's all about. 20 seconds, get the job done, and Pöytälaakso's lost a lot of ground here. Hypki comes in faster than anyone in the wet. He's going to hit the wall.
Hypki is absolutely flying right now, David. Pöytälaakso stands on it and tries to hunt him down, but Grzegorz, Hypki looks like a man possessed. But look at Pöytälaakso! Whoa, door on door!
Door on door as they come through the last few clippings on the Pöytälaakso's go for one massive dive! One massive dive! As fireworks fire across the track in front of the cars. What is going on right now? Enver that finishes in second position. Will you please make some noise for Juha Pöytälaakso? That means that you're winner of round 2 in Hungary. Give it up for Grzegorz Hypki! That is the end of an emotional night here in Hungary. A crazy day of weather, action, battles, and monumental upsets. The championship is completely reordered. Give it up for your finalists once again. Bartosz, Stolarski, James Deane, Juha Pöytälaakso, and your winner, Grzegorz Hypki! We will join you live in Riga in 3 weeks' time from us in the tower, from everybody here at the Driftmasters European Championship. Good night, God bless, we'll see you next time.